JaayUu, Kingmeechyyy in here.
You know me, man.
We hyped up now. I said we're getting close to the new year.
Getting hella close to the new year. Getting hella close to the new year.
Mm-hmm.
You got any New Year's resolutions since we? You know what I mean?
Do I have any New Year's resolutions?
Hey.
I do, but I don't at the same time. It's like the year changing. I'm at the point where it don't really matter to me. But I feel like for people that do have New Year's resolutions, like, well, I think like I got stuff I want to do in the new year, but it's not like I'm waiting for the date to change to start. But people that are waiting for the date to change, if you got some shit that you trying to do, let it be the last time that you making New Year's resolutions. Change your life so you don't have to keep coming into each new year cutting people off and saying, oh, I'm gonna do this next year, I'm gonna do this next year. Like, nah, let this year be the year.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that one. And I feel like just start it now. Like the shit you say you're gonna do, just start it today.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be so much easier going into the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
Facts,
so much
facts.
easier. And you probably won't stop either. You probably just keep going because, you know, once you make, it takes, how many, 30 days to make something like that? Like a month to make it happen?
Yeah, that's what they say. It's like 30 days. Well, I think it's like, 30 days to make a habit. And it's like, the saying goes like it's 20 days to do something, then 30 to make it a habit.
Definitely. But like I said, just start early. You might as well get a little head start on it. So when you go into the new year, you're going to be up on most more people. You know what I mean? You're going to be already here. People just starting. So you're going to already be ahead.
Facts.
Always good to get ahead. But speaking of that, we had a death in the rap community, man. Did you hear about that one? Big Scar?
I heard about it. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't the biggest Big Scar fan, so I didn't like look into it more. I seen that he did, like his family was honest, unlike some other rappers' family. I ain't gonna go too deep into that, but I seen another rapper that died from an OD and his people trying to lie and say it was natural causes.
I definitely
And the dude in his early 20s, I don't know how you die from natural causes in your early 20s, like something wrong, but yeah, as far as Big Scar, like I heard about that.
Definitely. Rest in peace, Big Scar, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, he did overdose. Like, well, I'm pretty sure it probably a fake perk if we
Yeah, it could have been fentanyl, could have been codeine, like anything that comes with a prescription, like you can OD on that shit. Like you can, too much of anything is bad for you, but if you're doing hard drugs, it's 10 times worse because you can OD on water. They say like
that is true.
Yeah, like
drink so much water. Yeah, you can definitely do that. But most of y'all not drinking enough water, so you'll be fine. Y'all be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, and it's very sad because for the simple fact, like I know you've seen the video of him like falling on stage and stuff, like like he was too turned. But like I feel like things like that are like a cry for help because like there's no way you should be that messed up where you falling down. Don't get me wrong, we all get lit and have a little fun. No, I'm not saying not, but like you're getting paid to do this. You shouldn't be falling on stage. You shouldn't be. And there's hella videos of him blurring his words like, "Where you going, bro? Where you going?" Like that video.
And that's the people around him. More than likely, they're doing the same type of shit he is, or if they're not, they don't want to say nothing. And we've seen Leo Conan go on the Breakfast Club, and he said he doesn't like if he knows his artist is an addict, he's not gonna do anything about it. Like that's what he basically said. I don't remember the exact quote, but he basically said if he has an artist that's an addict, he's not gonna like try to get them off the drugs. Like he don't give a fuck. He just care about the money. Like, and that's usually most of like I don't know if you heard Blueface and YoungBoy on the on YoungBoy's new talk show, but Blueface was saying that he feel like the rapper is the hoe in this situation. Like you're getting pimped. Like everybody around you making money off you.
That is very so true. That is very so true. But I feel like that's what it comes down to, having the right people around you too.
Mm-hmm.
Like he probably does have a bunch of yes men around him, or people that just don't care. Because me personally, if I see you drugged out, I'm like, hey, my nigga, you need to lock the fuck back in. Like, why the fuck you on a perk right now? You gotta shoot a podcast.
Facts. And it's like, seeing that's a little different. Like, I gotta be somewhat here and coherent and not falling over and shit to be able to do this, to be a rapper. It's like, once you already made the songs, like, you see rappers' performances, well, male rappers, like, the women rappers, they put a lot more into their performances, I will say that. But as far as, like, male rappers, they just walking around on the stage with their pants sagging, maybe throwing some stuff into the crowd, but they're not really giving much of a show. Exactly. Especially like early in their careers, they're not really doing too much.
I definitely understand that, but at the same time, that's like, it's really about the quality too. Like, people that probably aren't drug down only, they're probably giving better shows. Like, I feel like Lil Uzi Vert, like, he'll give a great show. Like,
yeah, but I think he does drugs to an extent, so like, and I don't think he needs them to do a show. I think he has like a lot of like natural energy. He knows how to, he has good crowd control and things like that. I've seen some of his performances, like, it's electrifying. So I don't think he like needs drugs to perform, but I get what you're saying. Like, a lot of artists, they do feel like they need drugs to perform. Nav was saying like he was performing off all these type of drugs, but now at least he switched to something natural now. Now he does shrooms before shows. Like,
that's crazy. I'd be scared. Oh my goodness. Shrooms, I'd be like, something's coming out. I would think somebody's coming at me. Somebody's getting on stage or something. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Goodness. But yeah, and I feel like it's just more so important when you're seeing signs like that in friends. Like, you see your friends like doing heavier drugs, like, you need to let them know, like, hey, this isn't okay. Or you feel them going down the wrong road. It's up to you to say something. If you're a true friend, you're gonna say something.
Yeah, like, I can remember like for me and like most people growing up around me was like hard drugs. None of that shit was cool. But I had a homie. He moved out into more so a country, small townish area, and out there is where he started like meeting more white people, and they were more so inclined to, especially like country white kids, they most of the time have nothing to do. They just get drunk and buy drugs from city kids and get taxed for it.
Get taxed.
But yeah, he went out there and he took us to a party out there one time, and I randomly seen him like sniffing something up his nose. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you doing? We don't do that. And me, your nose, I'm thinking it's cocaine. He's like, chill, bro, it's Molly. I'm like, bro, that does not make a difference. Like, we're not doing Molly, we're not doing nothing that came out of the lab. Like, I don't even like, I believe, like, the thing about weed and shrooms, they're good and natural. It's just people just abuse them, especially with like weed. And if you abuse it too much, like you're high all day, every day, like, yeah, it's gonna slow you down, but it's not gonna kill you, fuck your system up like some of those harder things. So
definitely. And that's another thing. Speaking of that, I've definitely seen that. I've had friends do coke. Like, they were like, hey, you want to do some coke? Nah, I really don't want to do no coke right now. But it's like, I feel like it can be hard to be like, nah, that's not cool. Like, but you really can't tell nobody what to do. Like,
yeah, you can't.
You really can't. If he wants to do coke, I mean, he's gonna do coke regardless. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you don't partake in that. Yeah. You gotta say no, don't do.
At the end of the day,
you Molly, did you?
Hell no. I wouldn't even have thought about it, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Me, I've always had the mindset, if I touch crack, dog food, any of that stuff, like, I probably would die instantly. Like, I don't know. That's how I feel. Like,
you probably would, just because you feel like that. Like, you be that one case. The one case.
This nigga didn't even smoke the crack. He just held that bitch in his hand and he was dead. But yeah, that's how I always kind of looked at it in my mind. So I just stayed away from stuff like that. And I've always been more so of a get money nigga. Like, you can be the user and this other at the same time, but it's gonna fuck your progress up.
Definitely. And speaking of that, I was about to say, most of those drugs, like, the first time you do it, like, there's a higher possibility that you die. Like, I remember when Molly, like, was first circulating, like, some UVA students died, like, just, it was their first time, and they just died. Like, it was all over the news.
Was it, like seizure or heart attack type stuff, or?
I'm not gonna lie. It was some shit. It was, like, when it first came out, like, not, like, to the
A lot of times, it's the cocktails that fuck people up. It's like, alright, you already going to a party, you might was smoking, you might have smoked some weed or some tobacco, then you get to the party, you start drinking, and then you add pills and shit into that, and you never know what the fuck is what, and unless you getting something straight from a source, which is more than likely a backdoor doctor, like you don't know what you're getting for real. Like, people make fake seals, fake containers, all type of shit.
Definitely. That's why it's best just to stay away from drugs, man. Stay away from drugs.